Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. You've probably seen from the title, I've probably written it there. This is a custom Mario Kart track I've been working on. I want to apologize for being absent this past week. I've been working on a lot of things. Nothing bad, of course, just spending a lot of time working on other things. Haven't really gotten around to working on my channel. I'm getting back in school and everything like that, so it's I'm working. It's a working process, but it's all good. Nothing to worry about. So let's get into this. So from this angle, you can see kind of the full-blown view of the map. You can see the water and the actual track. Then here I have sort of the top view of it, where you can see the course, the water. The water is obviously not accessible. That's just background. But it's there, so you can see it. Now here's an actual closer look to the course. You can see the scenery down at the bottom section of this kind of picture, and the whole course that you drive. So if you were to think of it like the mini map, that's what that would look like. Alright, so this is the starting line to the course. All the racers would line behind it, the basics. And you'd start off kind of driving into this walled area. Now from here, as you can see, on the right side there's your starting line again. So you kind of drive through. There's this little incline, as you can kind of see back there. It goes up a little bit, and it kind of levels off again, and it splits off into two different pathways here. You can see back there, top right, you can still see the flag, or the kind of starting point. So you go around this corner area. And there's two different ways you can go. You can either go through the tightest area, the very first shortcut. It's sort of a shortcut, but it's hard to get to. Obviously, you have to turn into it. It's not exactly the easiest, but it is quicker. But as you can see on the other side, there's item boxes, and so it's kind of up to you on which path you take. You can either take the shorter one, but you don't get item boxes, or you take the one that's a little bit longer, but you do get item boxes. It's really up to you. So on this one, you can kind of see the pathway from where the shortcut ends. If you look kind of in the middle of the photo, it comes up there. This is the end side of the shortcut. So you're kind of up on this higher level, and so you'd come off up this incline onto this kind of wood platform, and you can trick off the edge, falling back onto the main ground area. Now here is the kind of main area, not the shortcut, but the main area where those item boxes are. There's 4 of them lined up in the middle, and you can kind of see you go through this, and then there's this kind of corner that pushes you into this main area where no matter which side you take, you're still going to end up in that area. Now here's kind of more of a view of what this looks like. As you can kind of see a little bit back there, this is what it looks like. Right here we've got this little sort of fountain centerpiece, I suppose. It's kind of like Coconut Mall in that regard. I mean, I kind of based my map after Coconut Mall, so there's going to be a lot of similarities, but at the same time it's going to have its own mixture of elements that make it seem unique. But anyway, yeah, so you have this water fountain there. And then you have these 3 different options. You can either go to the left on this big incline, you can go through the middle, or you can go to the right on the incline. And I think I have a photo here so you can see it a little bit better. It sports the little banner up there at the top saying Team Atlas. That is my kind of group that I have. You can join it if you join me on Discord. Just let me know if you want to. I'll give you my friend code, and we can go from there. But anyway, so you can kind of see these 2 inclines better, and then you can go straight, and there's this platform, this wall, I suppose, at the very end, and you can take a left or a right, and I'll show you more in depth. So this, it might be a little bit overwhelming, but essentially we're going to the right side of this whole map. As you can see, this incline here, we're going to the right side of that. So you can kind of see when you do go up these inclines here, you end up at this higher platform, which you can trick off of this sort of wooden small ramp and fly on down to onto this sort of a stone mosaic tile material ramp. Here's another angle of that. As you can see through the middle, you can take the left or the right path and go around this sort of ramp that you fly off down. That's just kind of for design. It just looks nice. And you can see the actual mosaic tile ramp is kind of beveled in the case, so like the sides kind of come inwards, and it just kind of creates sort of a unique aspect to it. Now, as you can see back here, at the very bottom of this, you can see this sort of triangle. Now this is what that triangle is. It's a sort of a fork in the road sort of case. So anyone, no matter which path you take, you have to go around this, and you end up going in one path. This essentially sort of congregates everyone back into the main road. So most of this map you can take your own paths, and I'll show you even more paths later on, but as of now, I'm trying to kind of get everyone back into that main area, and there is for another set of item boxes, and then this little yellow cylinder ramp that you can ramp off of, trick off of. Now, you may look at this and you're thinking, there's only one path after this, right? You just go on this normal kind of stone road, right? Well, not exactly. There's actually 3 different options you can do. You could simply go through onto the stone road, which is obviously the easiest, but there's 2 different ones you can do. You can land on either side of these wooden boxes. You see where the grass is and the little wood outlines. You can actually land on those. They're not considered out of bounds, but the grass is. So if you miss and you land in the grass, it is out of bounds and you put back on the track. So it adds sort of a challenge. So on the right side, which is your left, essentially if you're looking at your screen, it's the left side where that red arrow is. That's the right side of the track. And if you land on that, you can kind of what's that one maneuver in Mario Kart Wii, when you come up to a wall and you hop and you like make your cart go one way, but then you start drifting into the wall, but you like go around it really quickly. You can essentially do that on this corner, and you can come around. It's kind of like the Bowser's Castle one on Bowser's Castle 3, I think it was, that retro track. You can land on there and then cut that corner, and it's a little bit quicker. Or on the left side, or your right side if you're looking at this on the screen, where that green pipe is, if you land on there, there's actually a special shortcut that you can take, so this is probably the better option of the 2. Now this one, if you do manage to land on here, which again it is hard, you probably have to land on and pop into a wheelie as soon as possible and try and keep yourself on there. Not as easy, but it is possible. So if you land on there, then you're taken to this kind of bigger wood arch on the ground, which you can follow up to this wooden ramp, as you see all the way back there. This wooden ramp, as you can see, it's back there in the kind of right side of the picture. You can come off that onto this higher stone kind of concrete level, I suppose. I don't really know a better word for that, but essentially you can land on there and then take these boost pads and come off the ramp there. So that's not the only option, though. There's actually 3 more options in the parking lot that you can take. I really wanted this stage to feel open, because malls are very open. They kind of give you that you can go anywhere you want to sort of feeling, adventurous. And so I wanted to kind of replicate that feeling in this stage. If you're going on the stone path, the original one, there are 3 different paths you can do from here if you didn't take the shortcut on the left side. You can either go to the left where you see this other second sort of curve. You can go completely straight where that blue car is, and you can take a right and go through there, or you can immediately take a right to this yellow archway, and I'll show off each one of these. So the first one's the left path, and this one gives you 2 different boost pads around this corner, which leads on into this very, very long kind of incline like that. But remember, this is not completely up to scale. This map might seem smaller than it is, but it's actually quite bigger than you would expect. And so the reason why you get all those boost pads is because going from right here at this kind of little line right here under the archway, going all the way there, all the way over to that long stretch of boost pads, it takes a while. You know, it's not exactly the fastest. And so having those boost pads and going all the way up there to the very end of this takes a little bit longer. If you didn't, it would take a lot longer if you didn't have any of the boost pads. So I put them there so that it's still an applicable way to go. Maybe if you're trying to avoid items, or if you just want to kind of get out of the way of people, or just take an alternate path just in general, that one's a good one. But then there's these two, of course. There's the middle option and the right option. Now this one kind of sheds light on what you didn't see on the right side. There are 4 ramps, but these 4 ramps, you can't trick off all 4 of them. You have to choose the left or the right side, and most likely, just going by Mario Kart logic, the left side would be fastest, just due to it being closer to the edge. But either way is fine. And so, if you go in the middle, it's pretty bare. I couldn't really think of many things to put there without making it seem off, and so there's just some cars for design, and that's really about it. But as you can see here on that right side, if you take this pathway, normally this would be a lot faster of a pathway due to it just being closest to the edge, you know, just how Mario Kart physics and logic work in this game. Being closest to any edge works, and so, as you know, this one is the shortest. If I can kind of go back here, as you can see, you immediately come out of that corner and take it. So you could shed off a lot of seconds going like that. And so I tried to make it a little bit less able to do it, because then it would be a little bit overpowered in that sense, and I don't want people to overuse this to the extent that it just immediately undermines any other path you can take, because I want every path to feel as even as the other one, you know. And so anyway, when you go on this side, on the right side, you drift into this sort of red pole you can see here. I think I have another, that's a little bit closer, but I'm going to go from this one. There's a red pole that you can see here. It works like those ones in DK Summit that open up when you get close. That's how that one works. Or like the ones in Moonview Highway at the little pole gates or whatever. The toll gates, sorry. If you go up to that, it opens up, and you can kind of curve around it and curve inwards. It still saves, it probably would save still a little bit more time if you didn't have any items, if anyone didn't have any items. The middle path is probably the slowest out of all of them, but I tried to kind of make each one even. And of course, I'm not a master map builder by any means. You do realize this. I started last week making courses, so it's not like I am a genius at this stuff. I obviously don't know everything there is to know about this, so it's not going to be amazing, but this is just kind of a rough idea of what I was thinking in my head. So anyway, once you do choose one of these paths, the middle or the right, and of course you can see the left on this side, taking those boost pads, then you go around this crate back here, and then you can just kind of go on through there, falling off it if you want to, or just going all the way around until you get back to the starting part of the course. But on the middle or the right side, you can kind of see the right, how you'd have to turn. You turn to the left, and you kind of you really do a tight turn in, and then you immediately start turning to the right. And it's really not as hard as it looks. When you think about it, it's really not that hard. It just kind of makes you have to take a little bit more time, so those people going through the middle still have sort of a more even chance, I suppose. And then I added these crates here, not for any functionality. I just felt like it looked extremely boring if I didn't have anything there, and so I decided to put some crates there and other things. And then I put another set of item boxes, considering it's probably been a while since you last got your item boxes, so I put those there just to be there. And then you can see a little Mario Kart sign over there up at the left, again just for design purposes. Now we're kind of going to the scenery aspect of this. So after the course, when you're looking in the background, you can see this giant rock sort of centerpiece there. I'm not sure what that's from. Again, I feel like it's from a Mario Kart course. I can't remember now. A lot of these are just assets that I got from actual Mario Kart courses. You can see umbrellas from one of the Mario Kart courses down there on the ground for, again, design. You can even see the Woohoo Hotel from Woohoo Loop right over there, just again for design. You can see the hot air balloon from Royal Raceway from Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe. Then you can also see the Yoshi sailboat or yacht or whatever you want to call it. That is from the Mario Kart 8 and Deluxe Toad Harbor stage. When you look in the water areas, that's what you can see. And then, of course, the Daisy Cruiser back there in the distance, again for just design purposes, aesthetics really. And then these last little ones, there's some cabanas and the pink rocks that you find in the Peach Beach from Mario Kart Double Dash and Mario Kart Wii. And I believe, yep, that is all of the photos. So I'm not sure if I really have a full name for this course yet. I've been calling it Coconut Island, but you could also call it like Coconut Mall 2 or anything like that. But as of now, I'm just calling it Coconut Island. But anyway, so I think I'm going to allow this course to be downloadable if you want to, for free, obviously. I'm going to have it on probably a couple various different downloadable areas, like maybe mega files or whatever, and the actual SketchUp. SketchUp is the program I'm using to create this. It's a 3D modeling software that's free. Anyone can get it, but they have a warehouse sort of thing of 3D models that people can upload wherever they want to. So I'm probably going to upload this for anyone to download and use. Or maybe if you happen to be a track designer, maybe you could help me upload this as an actual track or play because I haven't been able to play this track at all. That's the sad thing. I've been trying to. I've spent the past week watching many tutorials on how to export this to a track, and I've figured it out. I know how to do it, but I can't do it. That's the problem. There's so many wrong things on my computer that just I try and download this and then it doesn't work, and then I can't do this, and that makes me not be able to do this, and then I have to do this, but that doesn't work, and it's honestly super annoying. So I've kind of given up, but I've made this track, and if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. Again, I'm not an expert builder, so I really don't care if it sucks. It looks cool to me, so that's I guess all that really cares or matters. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching this video. It means a lot to me, and I hope you come back again sometime and join me for another video. But like I said, thanks, and have a nice day. Peace.